Hello, everyone.
Hey,
We're live.
everyone.
Hey,
Muzzle talk.
And here comes a countdown.
Welcome, everyone.
Yo.
Doing time. The Lifers Cast. Here we are. Welcome.
Yeah.
to
Word.
Episode 1.
I
Speak-
am. Debut, episode 1. Glad to have
Speak
you
the
on.
Rebel, the first guest, of course.
Cool.
How we doing, everybody?
Good.
Yeah.
Word, everybody can hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool.
I'm here.
So we have a big weekend coming up. I wanted to start off by that and saying congratulations to Speak and to Jeff and to Weapon and to Shah, all of you. Your big fucking weekend, and I can't wait. It's going to be a dope time.
Oh, yeah, no, that's amazing. I wish I could go.
Dude,
So-
it's very exciting. It still hasn't really hit me yet, but yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be cool. The shows keep getting bigger and bigger, so
I know, this is definitely big. That's awesome.
very
What's the
exciting.
biggest crowd you've ever performed in front of, you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest so far has been I opened up for KRS-One. I don't know, back in 2014, and it was probably 1,500 people there. So it's definitely going to be a lot bigger. I'm excited. Definitely excited.
So what was it like when you got that call and you asked to perform?
You know, honestly, so we didn't even get asked. I had no idea that any of this was in the wind. They posted the event flyer, and then I just started getting messages and congratulations, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And then somebody sent me the flyer and was like, you guys are opening for Redman and Method Man. I'm like, what? So I had to scramble a little bit, and I was like, who the hell booked us in this? I had no idea. And it turns out it's the George Adler, who's the general manager of Electric Haze, booked us for it, basically off the strength of the Lifers show. So
Oh, wow. That's
you
awesome.
guys had a lot to do with that. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
So we found that out and have been scrambling for a couple of weeks to get everything ready, but we're good to go, man. Very exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah.
What else you got working on right now?
Oh, man. Well, at the moment, we're doing Easter eggs behind me. Is my daughter and my mom. We're Easter egging things.
There you go.
It's the Vegas egg. Yeah, very exciting rap shit. You know what I mean? Doing some egg. Is that a cat? What is that?
Yeah, hold on. Let me let this cat out. God, keep going.
This cat. This is showbiz, Brad. It's the real thing.
Might be one.
I'm working on all sorts of shit. As a lot of people know, my latest album, Doom Poetry, just came out in January. So I'm basically spending the summer kind of touring off of that. But at the same time, me and Shah Elemental have a project right now that's almost done called Scum Lords. We got 7 or 8 songs together, doing a little collab EP. And then me and Ferris are working on the Animal Embassy stuff. And I also have a whole other solo project that works too. So I probably have a good 20, 25 songs that are going to be out in the next 6 months.
So not
Very,
that big. So
yeah,
nothing-
man, I'm always writing and working and doing things. doesn't stop, man. So, and then there's a gajillion shows coming up. I'm booked all the way until September at this point. All over the place. We're going down to Brooklyn with one of the other lifers, Moose. Our boy Moose
Yeah.
is throwing a show at MCA Park for the Beastie Boys down in Brooklyn in August. Yeah, so that was just confirmed. We're going to be rolling down there. Man, there's just all sorts of stuff all the time, every day. I'm trying to keep up with it. It's cool, though, man. It's cool to be, like, working, finally.
Right.
I hadn't played a show in 2 years with COVID, so it's nice to be playing regularly.
How did that feel being your first show back from COVID? Being
Horrible.
so long without
Terrible.
it.
Terrible. I'm so out of show shape. You know, it's definitely like working back in. Rhyming live is like totally different than recording. So, like, I have to get back into show shape, basically. My voice wasn't strong. I gained like 20 pounds that I've been trying to work off. So I'm like, I'm fat. My voice is gruffy. But it's going, man. It's going good. It's going good.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
One thing I wanted to talk to you about is one of your recent posts about how when you post serious shit, you get no traction. But when you post all your nonsense, people are all over that. What do you really think about that?
The algorithm.
Yep.
So, all right. So there's obviously, you know, people who listen to my music know that, you know, like, yeah, I have a lot of punchline stuff and I have a lot of, like, you know, funny left field sort of stuff. But I also have a lot of serious stuff. And for me, like, it's just as important to have, like, a serious message with substance, whether it be about, you know, society or politics or depression or societal needs. And it really seemed, me and SD Knack were talking about this the other day, that like it seems like a lot of social media is cool with us pushing product, but it doesn't want us pushing any sort of message.
Weird.
So it's been frustrating because there's a whole other like substance side of me that I don't feel gets heard a lot. I feel like people get caught up in my stupid, like, buy my album posts, which are cool. I love those. They're necessary. I love making people laugh. I try not to take, you know, myself super serious. But it's definitely a trend with a lot of artists who have a lot of political views and views in general. And it seems like we're really getting stifled on that, and I'm not quite sure how to combat that, to be honest with you.
Right. I feel that.
So I mean, the Trump election and all of that craziness really cracked down on what you can and can't say on the internet, and it's unfortunate because the internet really should be an open source for everyone to share and express their views and opinions.
Yeah, it's freedom of speech, just like anything else. You know, so
yeah, you know, the fact that like major corporations are dictating inalienable rights is a problem. That's a huge problem.
right.
So I don't know what that looks like. I honestly don't know what that looks like. Anytime that I post about you know, civil rights or income inequality, things like that, it's always I get like 2 people that like it.
Yeah.
And I'll post some bullshit about, I don't know, you know, white chicks crying, and I'll get 700 likes.
I personally think for the most part that it's like it gets buried because it's not because people aren't seeing it and not liking it. It just nobody sees it. It's like it's a weird algorithm. I don't like it, but what can you do?
I read that the algorithm like will favor posts that have like more like angry reacts and stuff like that, or like and then the comments there because they like that controversy. It gets people talking, and I think that those posts end up going to the top. the feed, whereas the
Yeah,
post substance end up getting buried a lot of times.
Yeah, it almost it feels like you're just being pigeonholed into you got to keep everything happy and bright and product related, and it's like, man, I'm not like a brand. I'm a person. I got feelings that I want to share. I got a whole other side to this message wise that just for whatever reason doesn't compute. I do think that there will be more social media platforms in the next 5 to 10 years. So
Oh, absolutely.
hopefully we'll see the rise of some of that.
What do you think of the metaverse?
What was that?
What do you think of the metaverse? And do you think that's going to end up catching on?
Honestly, I don't know much about it. But it scares me, man. It's some Matrix shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
we're all gonna put on our VR glasses and live there instead of here.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to be throwing shows in there and stuff with like virtual audiences. There'll be people working virtual jobs. It's crazy.
It's wild. I mean, it's like anything, right? It can be used for good and it can be used for bad. It feels like we're losing our humanity and our interpersonal skills, and it's worrisome.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
there's good and bad with everything.
It would be cool to do some VR shows, though. I'm not gonna lie, like that would be cool to see what that's like.
Do you got to pay with Bitcoin or something? How do you get in?
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm still trying to learn.
Let me Venmo you.
Fuck that.
It's hard. Like, I don't know it well enough to possibly just describe it because I don't know it too well myself.
I mean, I guess we'll see, right?
Right. Yeah, it's coming, but
it's weird to see society both thriving and completely breaking down at the same time.
right.
It's a really wild concept.
I mean, you can almost compare that virtual show to a live show to what buying an album and streaming is now.
Absolutely.
It's basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
In a positive sense, it's more inclusive because, I mean, we have our friend Brutus who's in Australia. We have people all over the world that are a member of this group and this movement. So it's cool because they can be included, but it also sucks because you're gonna have a whole generation of kids who don't go to shows.
Right.
And that was my entire life growing up, man, was going to shows. I mean, it still is. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. It's probably going to be really negative and it's probably going to be filled with a lot of porn, but we'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
the virtual porn is going to be off the chain.
Dude, like instantly. That's the first thing that sets up shop anytime there's new technology.
Yeah,
exactly.
Porns will pretty much dictate any new technology format too. If porn,
Basic,
that's how
basic.
VHS took over.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
VHS
saying.
took
Exactly.
over.
Yeah, that's how it beat Betamax. Exactly.
Now, even like outside of this music game, you know your political stuff. I can tell. What's your biggest issue outside of this game right now with the world?
That's a really good question. Income equality, workers' rights, criminal justice reform. I'm a little worried that we lost a little bit of momentum on that with COVID, especially because a lot of us were out protesting right before COVID with the George Floyd situation, and that kind of got wiped out because of COVID.
Right.
But I, for me personally, those are kind of my biggest things. You shouldn't have like 10 trillionaire lizard people that are dictating everything to the world. So we'll see,
What about the right now. The rents are crazy. Buying a house is crazy. Everything went up.
Same thing. Ooh, you leaving? Hold on one sec. Love you. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
No.
I can't like
My
move
daughter's
to an
leaving.
apartment because I can't afford 3 times my rent. But if I were to have a mortgage, I could afford that, but they won't give me a mortgage.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, and that comes income equality and works rights, man. Like it's I think there are some positives, like Amazon just unionized, and Walmart is unionized, so you have the 2 biggest retailers in the, pretty much in the world.
Now, was it only Walmart's warehouse workers, I think, or the whole store?
I think it's
I
just
don't know, to be
the
honest.
warehouse workers.
The warehouse.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah, I'm
sure,
pretty sure.
but it's a step, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's so I think people just need to keep speaking up and stop, poor shaming each other and kind of understand it. Listen, man, it's like anything else, right? The people have the power, but the powers that be are afraid of that, so we all get caught up in dividing ourselves on menial issues.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a whole other culture
Hmm.
thing. Yeah, man. Basically, just don't be a dickhead. Treat people fairly. I don't know. That's kind of my overall message.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
that's always tough in the world because everyone's so against each other that we're so aggressive. It's ridiculous.
it's ugly, man. It's ugly. And, to be honest with you, most of us have 95% of things in common with each other. And we choose to focus on some of the other bullshit as opposed to the things that we do have in common. So my music is kind of, you guys have heard a lot of the stuff I do. My stuff is tailored to like the people on the outskirts and the weirdos and the, the freaks and the hippies and the fucking all that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the vibe I bring through is, I'm a weird dude. So try and include other weird dudes.
And dudettes.
And ladies can be dudes too.
Yeah.
Ladies,
Right.
True.
the ladies can also be bros.
Well,
So-
everyone's a dude until you ask them how many dudes they slept with.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Yeah. No shit. Right.
All right. On a little lighter note, let's if you had to make an apocalypse pack, you had to take 4 genres of music and take 4 discs from that genre of music. What would you take?
Oh. Oh. So what are the options? Like a rap, like a hip hop
Any
album?
any four genres you want to pull from.
Oh. All right. Jesus.
Do you want us to go first so you can think?
That's good. Let me think on this.
Yeah, we'll go first.
Yeah. Let me think. Thank you.
So,
All right, Tone, you go ahead.
all right, I got my list here. So for hip hop, I'm going with the Heavy Metal Kings, the first album, Vinny Paz and Ill Bill, because it's a perfect album for me. I can just put it on, no skips. It's aggressive, it's fast, it's high energy. So if I want something high energy and aggressive, I'll put that on.
Nice.
Then I grew up on punk rock too, skate punk. So my favorite punk album is Rancid, Out Come the Wolves. So I want
Nice.
that. And then I got for metal, Metallica, Master of Puppets, classic. Another one, you just let it ride, no skips. You just let all the songs play through, then you hit play again. And then this one might be a curveball for you guys, but classic rock. I like ELO, Electric Light Orchestra.
Ooh.
Give me ELO's greatest hits, my curveball
Very
album.
nice. Very
There you
nice.
go.
Give me those 4. I'll be happy.
I dig that.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony, you want to go?
This is gonna be tough for me because I love so much music. There's very few like genres that I'm not into, but main things I focus on, of course, is my hip hop, and with like Binary Star, Masters of the Universe probably being my favorite hip hop album of all time. But then I'm also real big into like jungle and drum and bass. But most of the stuff I'm into are like specific like mixes at parties and stuff. Not as many like of the albums. You know what I'm saying? But I love like Andy C. And I like some Diesel Boy, Aphrodite, I like raga, like stuff like Congo Natty. And,
Nice.
Trying to think. And with metal, I like melodic death metal, such as like Arch Enemy, or like older stuff like Iron Maiden. I don't know. I'm in a bit of everything. I mean, I even like bluegrass stuff, like some of, I guess it would be newgrass, like The Devil Makes Three. I think they're good as hell. But that's about it.
All right. Hip hop, I'm taking Nocturnal because it reminds me of my childhood, well, my teenage years, I should say. Excellent album, no skips. Sean Price, R.I.P. I'm going with 80s like pop. I'm taking Huey Lewis and the News. Greatest hits.
Okay.
That's something nobody really knows.
I
I'm a
like
Huey Lewis
that,
fan.
man. I like that. I'm impressed.
Back to the Future. Back to the Future is my favorite movie. Back to the Future
Nice.
2. So got to take Huey Lewis.
That's
New
awesome.
metal. I'm taking Slipknot first album because that'll wake you up in the morning. You know what I mean? And classic rock. I'm going with Creedence. I'm taking Green River because lots of classics on the Green River. Lots of classics. Yeah. And I know our homeboy Rove with his Lodi. He's going to be happy about that one. He loves that song. So, all right, Speak. What you taking?
All right. Man. hip hop wise, it would be pretty close between Black Star and Wu-Tang Forever. Those are two albums I could listen to the entire thing without skipping. I mean, Black Star has melodic parts that you can sing, there's rap parts, there's old school breaks. It's got a little bit of everything. Metal, I would take Iowa by Slipknot. That's my favorite band.
Yeah.
Punk, there would definitely have to be some punk. Probably Eye Against Eye by Bad Brains. That would be in there.
That's a good one.
Good call.
That's definitely up there. And then I would take something to balance it out. Probably some Stevie Ray Vaughan. Texas Flood. Texas Flood is probably up there for me. And then classic rock. Shit. Probably Hendrix. Hendrix live at the Fillmore. That album just goes, man. You just put that album on. It's an hour and a half. Just amazingness. And then last album, I take a jazz album. Be Birth of the Cool by Miles Davis.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
A little bit of everything.
All right. Sounds good. Apocalypse Packs. Gotta have them.
Apocalypse Pack. I like that.
Now, I wanted to ask you about, your Buy My Album slogan.
Yeah.
That hits, everyone knows it. How do you really feel about buying albums and streaming music? Like, really, really feel?
So I feel like you can, I feel like you can do both, right? You can support the album. I mean, you can support the artist by buying their physical goods, their tangible goods, right? Their CDs, tapes, T-shirts, stickers, whatever it may be. You can have that and support, and at the same time, you can stream their music and take it anywhere with you. So for me, I buy so much music, just because of who our friends are, right? I mean, there's so many releases. So I kind of look at like the fact that I supported somehow by buying a physical good. I don't feel guilty streaming.
Right.
It just comes down to finding ways for people to support you, and having, open avenues for people to financially support what you have going. So, to be honest with you, like I sell a shitload of CDs, and my streaming numbers are really good too. So to be honest, I don't think people are even listening to the CD. I think people buy it more as a collector's item, which is fine, right? I mean, that's totally fine. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. You know, it's just finding whatever lane works for people to support you, whether it be a T-shirt or come and do a show, so on and so forth. At this point, the music is pretty much free. That's just how it is between
Right.
YouTube and Spotify and everything else. You know, so it's just about being creative, finding ways for people to give you money. There'll always be people that want to support you. You just have to connect A to B, is really what it comes down to. And furthermore, there's a lot of guys that complain that no one buys their stuff, but they don't advertise it. You have to keep pushing. Push, 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 push. I can't stress that enough. I have friends and people that I talk to every day that, for whatever reason, don't always know when I have new stuff out. So we assume as artists that like everyone's just always keep track, and they're not. People have busy lives, so you got to keep just constantly hitting them with it.
Right.
And you know, I feel like if people see something enough times, they're gonna be like, all right, dude, I'm in. Let me see what this is about. Let me buy this. So, I mean, when I say like buy my album, like people are literally buying my album every day. You know, 1 or 2, sometimes 10 or 11 a week. It depends. It depends on what's going on. But it's basically, you just got to have as many available avenues for people to listen to you as humanly possible, is what it comes down to.
Right.
And you know what? This is kind of a controversial take. Everyone bitches that Spotify doesn't pay the artists enough, but they're the only people that are paying artists to be streamed when you think about it. Albeit not very much. But my Bandcamp, for example, in the last 6 months, I probably have like 10,000 streams on there. I have absolutely zero income from that. They pay you zero. YouTube, pretty much the same deal, man. I'll have a couple of big channels pick up something like, you know, like Hack of the Plug or the Crate Baptist channel or Raw Side Hip Hop, so on and so forth. And we'll get videos with thousands and thousands of streams. No one gets paid for that. So I think it would be great to be paid more, but at least it's something, right? I mean, it's so a lot of people don't like that, but it's like anything else, man. Like, you know, when someone buys your CD, you don't get paid for plays after. You know what I mean? Someone could listen to that 1,000 times, you get nothing.
Right.
So it's just having as many available avenues to your music as humanly possible. Is really what it comes down to.
Working the system.
And yeah, and you know, Spotify, yeah, okay, like I get it, great. Like you got to get a ton of streams to make real money, but I would rather make $20 off of 10,000 streams on Spotify than zero for 10,000 on Bandcamp. Sucks, but that's just kind of how it is at the moment, and that's why I cannot stress enough. Have to have merch, have to have payroll, you have to have physical goods in all price ranges. I mean, I have stickers for $1. I have CD and tape and T-shirt pack for $40, and everything in between. So it's just a matter of connecting people to it and advertising and being hungry enough for people. Basic.
Vinyl at all?
Vinyl is, I would love to. It's just so expensive right now. And because of COVID, there's such a long wait for production that like you're looking at like 6 or 8 months before you can even get your vinyl. So
Wow.
By then, your new album's already out. You got to get a vinyl for that.
yeah, you know, and music moves so fast now that it's, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, people have heard it, and in that amount of time to wait, people aren't as excited to buy it. Just kind of is what it is. But I'll tell you, like CDs and cassettes, people love those. The cassette avenue has worked great.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. That was have those been going pretty well? Because I think that's dope as hell. No,
Oh, man, dude, like, I mean, you want to talk about, like, a blessing. Thank God those came back, because for those of us who can't, like, afford a full vinyl run, because vinyl also has minimums, right? So it's like you have to buy a minimum of, like, 100, 150 copies of a record. And you're looking at, like, $2,000 for that. And obviously, like, we don't have that as independents, right? Like, and it's not worth the investment. Whereas cassettes, like, you can get a whole run of cassettes for like $300, you
Right.
know. So I have sold out of them twice. I've sold almost 75 tapes. It's nuts how quick
I
people
believe
have.
it. I know that
It's really.
cassettes are becoming collector's items. Like some of the cassettes that everyone had back in the day now are getting
Yeah,
sold
yep.
for hundreds of dollars and shit. So
And that's the other thing. There's a whole collector's market to this, where just like vinyl people are still discovering, you know, early rock acts and early punk acts and stuff that maybe put out 200 copies.
Right.
So long run, like having short run CDs and cassettes and stuff like that really does make it collectible. And to be honest, people don't realize, like, 20 years from now, someone could stumble upon all this, and next thing you know, you're friggin' Cat Stevens in the Apple commercial. You know what I mean? So, like, you don't know, like,
Yeah.
so it's just about, like, having as many available points of access, basically. And you gotta advertise. It's like anything else. You gotta beat people over the head with it, man.
Mhm.
If fucking Subway has to have commercials still, then you as an independent rapper with a fan base of a couple hundred people definitely need to advertise and keep hitting people with it.
Absolutely.
So-
No, whenever I hear someone say buy my album, I automatically think of you and
Yeah.
like instantly. It doesn't matter what context I hear it in, that's what it comes to. My mind just
Well, and yeah, listen, like, you can thank the algorithm. You can thank the algorithm for that as well, because posts with links and stuff were getting pushed back and not seen. So I figured, like, all right, we're gonna have to attack this a little bit differently and dazzle them with some comedy and some bullshit, and then slide it in on the slide. So that's another thing, like, just adapting to whatever climate it is. Like, yeah, Facebook nerfs your video post or your third party streaming post, but it doesn't nerf your goofy ass opinions and funny shit. And you just gotta get a little creative to slide it in. It's just consistency, man. It's just being hungry enough and believing in what you're doing enough to want to beg people to listen to it. I'm shamelessly just begging. I just want to be heard. I just want people to check it out. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I believe in it, and this is what I love to do. And, you know, I feel like I have some good stuff that people will like, and
then they tell their friends, and they tell their friends.
Yeah, no,
you
what
know,
about-
and yeah, and obviously it's grown, right? So, you know, for people who are either just coming back or have been slugging away, I came back to hip hop 3 years ago after 5 years off. I basically quit music to take care of my mom, and had a new, you know, baby. My daughter at the time was 3. So I came back with nothing. I came back. My first show that I played was in front of like 4 people at this terrible bar in friggin' Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. And like, to be honest with you, like, I've been slugging away and pushing, and I'm about to play in front of 10,000 people with Redman and Meth Man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, it's discouraging at first, but you just got to keep pushing, man. Push, push, push,
That's what she
push.
said.
It's good. It's amazing to actually see the growth too. Like I've witnessed it, and
Thank you.
it's dope. It's so
Thank you.
dope.
That's also
You know,
what
you really
It's a life.
deserve it.
I mean, I thank you. Like, to be honest with you, man, like, it's great, but I'm still not where I want to be.
Of course
and,
not.
and it takes a lot of time. But you know what? Like, back to the hip hop lifers theme, this is a lifestyle. You know what I mean? This is a everyday, how you talk, the things you like, the things that you push, things
Doing
you
time.
have as hobbies. I mean, this is what we do. This is who I am.
That's why I
So
that was why I chose the name.
Mhm.
That's
exactly.
It's in a
I mean, literally. I mean, you know, man.
I'm kind of here. I'm kind of it's your life.
Mhm.
Literally, like I unfortunately I don't have a choice but to be a rapper, because that's who I am. What I do, it's what I've always done my entire life. Unfortunately, I am chained to this as long as I'm alive. And you know, it is what it is. This is just what we were picked to do, and I'm rolling with it. But
Now-
it takes a lot of work, but it's cool when you do start seeing measurable success.
You've made other music in the past besides hip hop, yes?
Yeah,
You've been
I
in
have.
other bands and
Yeah, so I'm 35. I have been in some form of band or live music since I was 12 years old. So I was in a like a metal punk reggae band all throughout high school from the age of like probably 12, 20. And that's really where I learned a lot about music in general. We were playing, you know, like I played the Worcester Palladium. I was like 14.
Damn.
You know, so, and we were playing, like, I was like 15 playing Bill's Bar in Boston. You know, places that like we couldn't even legally get into. We'd have to play and then immediately leave. So like I came up right before the digital age, where we would spend our summers in actual like recording studios, recording on reel to reel. So like instead of doing sports and instead of doing summer camp, like that's what we did as kids. We played instruments. We were in studios, played shows. We practiced every week, sometimes twice a week. So yeah, I was in live music. I'd always been a hip hop fan. It had always been a huge part of what I did. And when everyone kind of broke off and went to college, I went out on my own.
I'll be right back.
I've been rapping since 2006.
Right.
So it's been a minute. I mean, yeah, I've done some sort of music as long as I can remember.
Would you ever want to step outside the hip hop box ever again and make some sort of other music?
You know, hold on. Sorry.
Do you think?
You know, I would love to. There's a couple of factors. You know, creatively, you're married to like 4 or 5 other people, and it's not always about your vision and what you want it to sound like, and so on and so forth. So, really, kind of stifling creatively. Not everybody has the same drive and give a shit as you do, fortunately. And it's just really expensive. To be honest with you, it's expensive being a band. Instruments are expensive. Studio time is super expensive. I'm lucky now where I have a recording set up in a spare bedroom in my house, and me as one dude can go in anytime I want, record, and create. So I would love to, though. My ultimate goal would be to do something kind of like, like most Kendrick Lamar do, is when they go out on tour, they have a band with. I think that is.
That'd be awesome.
I think that's, like when you hear the Roots. Yeah, when you hear the Roots, or when you hear Kendrick or Mos, it's a whole other level of like legitimacy.
Well, yeah, this is
So-
a different feel of with like a syncopated flow of like the drumming with a live drummer compared to synthetic drums. I mean, there's things that
Yeah.
kind of almost replicate it now, but it's still not quite the same as a live drummer.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's kind of my goal, is to actually have like a band behind me. I mean, I do a lot of stuff with bands. I do a lot of guest spots. We play a lot with the Alchemistics and Fear Not Band and things like that. But so, I guess my long story short, my answer would be like possibly. I don't know.
Right.
Possibly.
Whatever, if the wind blows that way, right?
It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work to coordinate that many people. So,
All right. When's the possible release date for Animal Embassy?
I have no idea at this point.
No.
We are, we keep thinking like, all right, this is good. We're gonna release this, and then we're like, we got a couple others in the pipeline that are dope that that we're gonna push out there. So we're definitely gonna have some new singles out this summer. And there'll be news on Animal Embassy when we get summer. Some really good news and shit with the direction that that's going. I don't want to speak on that yet, but there's going to be a ton of stuff out this summer. Me and Shah's project will be out this summer. My solo EP with Prometheus will be out this summer. I mean, the climate now, man. Everyone is releasing stuff every 4-6 months. So
Yeah, even faster than that. Man. It seems like people are coming out with stuff by every 3 weeks. Something.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
It's wild.
exactly. So I'm trying to like police myself on making sure that it's quality,
Right.
and dropping in a decent amount of time. So it's kind of like finding that balance. But I believe, like this morning, man, I got up at 6 o'clock and I was like mixing and mastering me and Shah's project. So there's always stuff going on. There's really no breaks creatively.
That's good though. That's really good.
There'll be all sorts of stuff, and if you check me out on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, we'll see. I constantly have updates and shit. If you want to find any of my social medias, Google Speak the Rebel. I am everywhere. All over.
I think we got some of your Bandcamp on our link tree as well.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Bottom of the screen, so you can find that there too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, perfect. Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
See that.
I'll look
I
that
also have my mother, who is like the greatest hype person ever, who goes
She
through
is,
and posts my links on everything.
Absolutely.
So we got family business going on here with Mama Speak. Shameless
She's
self-promotion.
She's the best hip hop mom ever.
Yeah.
Really is. She really is. She was the same way. She was the stage band mother as well as a teenager. So
And I live.
mm,
I live.
yeah.
Tell us where
Not
you're gonna
take-
be performing soon, man.
Huh?
Tell us all the other places you're gonna be performing soon.
Oh man. All right.
Give
so
everybody a rundown.
rundown. This Saturday, we are out in Northampton at I believe it's called the Three County Campground, Northampton, Mass, as part of the Carney Roll Fest. We're going to be on Saturday from 5:45 to 6:45 on the same stage as Meth Red, opening for them. After that, let's see, we have May 13th, which is a Friday the 13th. I'm headlining the Hip Hop Lifers Death to the Speakers show.
Hell yeah.
Sammy's Patio in Revere, which is going to be insane. King Arthur is also going to be there. I encourage everyone to check him out as my bro. We grew up literally about a mile and a half away from each other. And it's wild that, like, I mean, that dude has been played everywhere by every major DJ ever.
Oh man.
I remember I started rapping with him. I was like 19. So, I mean, that dude has been around for a minute doing all sorts of cool shit. What else? We have June 10th, right?
4th.
10th? June 4th.
4th.
June 4th at Opus Underground, right?
Yep.
Yep, that's another one. So that'll be another Lifers showcase with, I think, XL is headlining.
Mm-hmm.
And then July 3rd, we're in Worcester at Electric Haze. August, we'll be down in Brooklyn with Moose for the MCA Beastie Boys show. July 30th, Coach. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank God you have your scheduler there.
Dude, and to be honest, like it's always shifting. There's stuff that pops up all the time that or I'll be announcing as we go. But right now those are the big like 3 or 4 shows. This one coming up Saturday, and then the Life show out in Beer. Yep, May 13th. We're also encouraging people because it's Friday the 13th. Wear a costume.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, right?
Yep.
Right? I mean, yo, if we can pull off a costume party in May, it's legendary.
You
Mm-hmm.
can have Christmas in
also
July.
know-
You can have Halloween in May.
Yeah, Paranoa was talking about dressing up as Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Jesus Christ.
So there might be a little bit of like a collaborative costume between me and him, working it
Oh
out.
boy.
Yeah, my mom might go as Lieutenant Dan. It's funny, you guys can laugh at that. My mom is in a wheelchair. She's a quadruple amputee, as a lot of people know. We have a lot of fun with it though. So I might glue a beard on her, and she may go as Lieutenant Dan, which, in my opinion, would win any sort of costume trophy
Definitely.
there would be. Terrible, fucking terrible.
Oh man.
Everyone who's watching right now is probably like, "Yeah, I'm not surprised that he just said that." Sorry. So yeah, there's no shortage of things going on. I also know several other acts that are part of the Lifers Network are having shows. I know Ferris Electric, the other half of Animal Embassy. He is running 2 open mics every month. So he it's called the Sunday Drip. He has one in Worcester and he has one in Clinton, Mass. So West. That'll be going on. I'm gonna be kind of popping up at a couple of those to work out new material live. That I can play songs on a PA system and figure out what I'm gonna be doing moving forward. So I'll have a couple of pop-up shows. I know Grime Wave and Genosha Records have a lot of shows coming up. I mean, dude, there's all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Tune into Hip Hop Lifers, man. You guys are the pulse of everything that's going on around here. So,
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
We try. What? Anything
You
else you want
succeed,
to
bro.
plug?
You're succeeding.
Anything else you want to plug before we start wrapping this hair up? Letting you do your thing.
Buy my album, Doom Poetry, the new album. Buy it. I also say buy it so that at the very least people will listen to it. Because if you say listen, they won't listen. But if you say buy, they'll listen. So buy the album, check it out, stream it, play it all over the place. Give me money for things, please. Being an independent artist is terribly expensive and non-financially rewarding. So help a bro out. and come see me live at all of these events, all of the events.
Did we cut a segment out? Did I miss the pet peeves and annoyances segment that we were going to do, or?
We kind of touched on it,
Okay.
but we just kept rolling.
I wrote some
It's all right. Hey, and you know what? I want to thank you guys so much for like the honor of being the first guest. It's really friggin' cool, man. To be because
you,
like
man.
there's so much potential and so much great shit that you guys are all doing right now. But it's really cool to like be on the ground floor of. You guys have grown so much, even in a year. So it's really cool that we're all like on this journey together. You guys as press, us as artists. You know, it's just it's cool, man, and it's worldwide, which is even cooler. We have Canada, we have the UK, we have Australia, we have all three time zones of America. I know there's some South American people, some Africans. It's incredible. It's incredible. Jamaicans. I mean, we got like everyone is in there, and it's really cool, man. I just want to thank you guys for like letting me be a part of it.
Thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you, yeah.
Forever grateful.
Can I just touch
All right,
on one of my peeve annoyances though that I had?
Yeah, dude,
planned?
go ahead.
Yes.
So it kind of came up this week with all that bullshit. Everybody doing their list thing. Those lists just popped up out of nowhere. That everybody wanted to do that. So one thing I wanted to touch on is a big pet peeve with those is people don't know the meaning of the word overrated. Overrated does not mean they suck. When you say someone is overrated, it doesn't mean you think they're whack. It
No,
means
not at all.
overrated is more about their fan base. It's more about what they're perceived as than what they actually are. Like the artist itself isn't overrated. The fan base overrates the artist. So when you say that Tupac or you say that Eminem or you say that Drake or them is overrated, it doesn't always mean that you don't listen to their music. It doesn't mean you suck or they're trash. It means that they're not what they're built up to be in the perception of them is not the reality because the fans or the stands are overrating them and they won't let you say anything about them that's negative or else that means you don't know hip hop or you don't know what you're talking about. And
Right.
fuck that. So I just want to get that off my chest.
No, well stated.
Overrated something sucks.
Well stated.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's true,
all
man.
opinion based.
Yeah.
I mean, check it out. Like, it is all opinion based, and there's people who don't like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So like, you're allowed to not like a certain type of music.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they came at Jesus, they're gonna come at Big L too. It's just the name of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that. I feel
Well,
that.
Little Wayne.
I got in a lot of trouble for my Big L take, but I stand by it.
Yeah.
It's all right. I don't like Nas, and everybody knows it, and I'm like, okay, it just is what it is,
Mm.
I don't see it.
I put Tupac as overrated, but that was a problem for a lot of people. But I actually really like Tupac a lot.
I love
just-
Tupac.
overrated.
He's overrated.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's also my Biggie. That's my Biggie Smalls take right there too. Is like, these dudes are great because they never had a chance to suck. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
like you
They
didn't
had a
like
4-year
Biggie,
window.
Yeah,
Right.
like Biggie didn't get to the point of like Eminem, where he's now like 10 albums in, and the last like 4 or 5 have been terrible. You know
Right.
what I mean? So like, based on the body of work, it's incredible, yeah. But you don't know if that dude would have eventually sucked, and we'd all be sitting around going like, yeah, man, I liked his first 2 albums, and then like he started doing auto-tune. Like, you don't know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Or like where KRS-One made albums for 30 years and 10 years of it nobody knows about. Like, he just
exactly. Yeah,
But he-
exactly.
Dang. Everybody got a dog.
That's my dog, Stella. Yeah, so I mean, it is. It's all subjective. I still can't, for the life of me, understand why Anthony doesn't like Kendrick Lamar, but I'm gonna let it pass. I'm gonna let it pass.
I'm with him. I
I
don't
love
like
him.
Kendrick.
I love him. I don't know how you can't like Nas, but I respect it.
I don't know. I just don't like him. Never
It's
have.
fine. It's
Well, he
fine.
doesn't like you either, so.
Right.
That's-
But All right, my man. Thank you for being our first guest.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm going to wrap
absolutely.
this up.
Absolutely,
you
and
go,
I will be watching all of these moving forward. I'm fully in. This is great. Congratulations on your first show.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Anybody
Welcome.
watching that wants to be on next week, we have a spot open next week. So DM me, go on Lifers, chime in, post, do something, let me know.
I was
We can
just-
hook some of y'all up.
I was just informed that Mama Speak is available
Oh,
in the future.
all right. We'll line that up.
That's what you get for speaking in the background. You're going to be on the
It's
Hip Hop
my
Lifers
kitchen.
podcast.
I live in. I'm making Easter eggs in my kitchen. Hello. Stop putting me on camera in my mouth. Look, I did.
Everyone waved. Everyone said
Everyone
hello.
waved. Hello.
Yeah, we got Easter eggs popping off.
Handless.
Huh?
Easter eggs.
There you go.
So,
Zombie Jesus.
All right. All right,
But
brother.
yeah.
We will see you this weekend.
thank you guys
Good
so
job.
much. I'll
Yeah.
talk to you. Thank you, Anthony.
Talking to you.
Oh,
Thanks,
Thanks,
man.
bro.
Great
Everyone,
Yes.
Have a good night.
awesome job. I will talk to
All
you
right,
soon.
fellas. Signing off. Doing
All right,
time.
man.
All right.
Peace.
Good night.
Bye. I'm out.
All right. Broadcast ended. We good.
Howdy. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too, man.